None of the information about to be discussed can be proven, and it is assumed that the Vatican has access to much more formidable legal representation than the content creators do. Now, with that in mind, the video delves into various intriguing claims, ranging from the world's largest porn collection and the bones of St. Peter to extraterrestrial beings and even the devil himself. According to multiple internet sources, acknowledged for irony's sake as not always entirely reliable, the Vatican is said to house a variety of concealed items. The exploration will focus on some of the most captivating ones. This is Reveal the Mystery. If you are curious to learn mysteries of the world, space and beyond, consider subscribing. 1. The Grand Grimoire. Grimoire are essentially books containing magical spells and invocations. In simpler terms, the Grand Grimoire stands out as the most significant among them, surrounded by myths and mystery. Also known as Le Jargon Rouge or the Red Dragon, this black magic tome is thought to have originated in the early 15th century, although some suggest it might have been written in the early 1800s and presented as a much older work. The alleged author, Antonio Venetiana del Ribena, remains a shadowy figure with scant information available. Alternatively, some sources attribute its creation to the mythical Honorius of Thebes, whose existence is also debated. If Honorius was indeed a real person and an occult author, some claim he was supposedly possessed by the devil while writing the Grand Grimoire. The Grand Grimoire is divided into various sections, featuring a detailed organizational chart outlining the hierarchy in hell, starting with Emperor Lucifer and Prince Beelzebub in the top positions and descending to the lowest demons and warlocks. Familiar positions in Western governments, such as Prime Minister, Commander-in-Chief, and Inspector General, are also mentioned. However, what makes the Grand Grimoire popular are its practical contents, offering instructions and spells for summoning Satan, communicating with the dead, winning the lottery, inducing romantic feelings, and achieving invisibility. Earlier copies of the grimoire were reportedly owned by notorious occultists like Aleister Crowley, but today, reprints are readily available for purchase. Despite rumors, there's no evidence of the original grimoire being hidden in a Vatican vault. In recent years, it has experienced a resurgence in popular literature, video games, movies, and TV shows. While considered more of an urban legend and pop culture curiosity in most places, the Grand Grimoire is still frequently used in Haiti and other former French colonies where voodoo and black magic are practiced. Interestingly, it is said to be fire-resistant, a claim partially true for all books due to the lack of air between the pages, allowing them to survive fires. However, this could be easily tested by acquiring a copy and setting it ablaze, as books usually burn when exposed to fire. 2. The Chronovisor. Envision possessing an exceptionally advanced device that grants the ability to peer into the past. Imagine being able to witness monumental historical occurrences, the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, the attack on Pearl Harbor, and even the public unveiling of the Cadillac Cimarron at the 1982 Detroit Auto Show. In a single word, the experience would be extraordinary. According to the late Roman Catholic priest François Brune, such a remarkable contraption might actually exist, potentially concealed within the walls of the Vatican in Rome. The alleged device, known as the Chronovisor, is described as a time viewer, rumored to have been constructed by an Italian priest and inventor named Pellegrino Anetti, collaborating with a group of prominent scientists. The authenticity of both the Chronovisor and Anetti himself remains a subject of intense debate. While skepticism surrounds Anetti's existence, uncertainty lingers about whether the Chronovisor was ever created. The narrative traces back over half a century, involving figures like François Brune, Anetti, Enrico Fermi, and the prominent Nazi rocket scientist Werner von Braun. Supposedly meeting clandestinely, they collaborated on a groundbreaking project with profound scientific and religious implications. Anetti claimed the Chronovisor was housed in a sizable cabinet, employing cathode ray tubes, antennas, levers, and buttons. 3. The Miracle of Fatima. The Miracle of Fatima, also called the Miracle of the Sun, happened in 1917 when 3 kids in Portugal claimed to see the Virgin Mary in the sky, revealing 3 secrets about the future. Although all 3 secrets have been told, Some people, including devoted Catholics, conspiracy theorists, and doubters, are not sure if the Vatican's version is entirely true, especially regarding the third secret. The first two secrets were shared in the 1940s by the last surviving child, while the third one was kept secret in the Vatican for over 50 years. The first secret was about hell, with souls burning and demons tormenting them, and the second predicted the end of World War I. People got curious about the third secret, thinking it might talk about communism falling or a big war. Some went to extremes like hunger strikes and hijacking a plane to know it, but the Vatican didn't say anything. Finally, in 2000, the Church revealed that the third secret foresaw an attempt to assassinate Pope John Paul II in 1981. On May 13th, the anniversary of one of the apparitions, the Pope was shot 4 times, but survived. Despite this revelation, some skeptics say it might not be the real secret, and the actual truth could still be hidden in the Vatican. The Church explained the delay in revealing the secret by saying it wasn't alarming, and telling it earlier would have caused unnecessary worry. Some traditionalists think the real third secret might not be about the assassination, but could predict a future split in the Church because of the controversial changes in the Second Vatican Council, seen by many as breaking from tradition. 4. The Essene Gospel of Peace. Edmund Bordo Sige, a person interested in language, philosophy, and health from Hungary, worked on a book called the Essene Gospel of Peace from the 1930s to the 1970s. This book is not well known, but is thought to be connected to ancient documents hidden in the Vatican. Sige claims his book is based on ancient Hebrew and Aramaic texts he found in the Vatican and a monastery in Italy. However, the Vatican denies these documents exist, and many experts think Sige's work is not real and might be a trick. Sige argues that the Essenes, a group of Jewish people around the time of Jesus, were vegetarians, including Jesus. The Essene Gospel of Peace talks about simple things like health and diet, not big topics like murders or the end of the world, which are usually linked to things kept in the Vatican. Sige tries to prove his case by saying his findings are similar to parts of the Old and New Testaments in the Bible, and later the Dead Sea Scrolls discovered in 1947. Critics find it strange that Sige updated his work after the scrolls were found, thinking he wanted to take advantage of their popularity. However, Sige says the scrolls support what he found, and he updates his work to share his message about open-mindedness and a healthy lifestyle. Despite facing criticism, Sige kept improving his work and traveled to different places to talk about healthy living. In 1940, he moved to America, married someone from New York who also liked vegetarianism, and opened a health retreat in Mexico called Rancho La Puerta. They grew organic food, avoided processed foods, and welcomed guests from around the world who wanted to be healthy in body and mind. Even though people have different opinions about Sige's intentions, Rancho La Puerta is still a popular health spa and eco-resort, covering a large area of land near the Mexican border. The Sige family owns it and provides various amenities, but it is important to note that it is not a cheap place to visit.